Part two. Okay, y'all, it's about to get so good. And I'm going live soon. So anybody that is a part of these stories, y'all want to jump on with me and you can confirm what I'm telling everybody. Okay, so here we are, part two. We're at the part where I have filed for divorce and I'm ready to move to the next step. I don't know what that is. So I'm sitting there and I'm doing my research. I need a lawyer. And where I was going to church at the time, there was a lady, she had just went through a divorce and we were in communication. And so she wanted me to meet her so she can talk to me and tell me what the process is and to give me the information. That's support. I've never been involved with the law at all. So I don't know nothing about the law. Cops, police never even pulled over for a ticket. I don't do the law. Other parties used to that kind of stuff. But anyway, so I said, okay. I'm downtown Houston area with her. And so, I'm feeling confident. I've already driven downtown one time. So yeah, girl, I'll come meet you. Sure, I'll meet you at 45. She said, okay, so you have your paperwork. Let me look at your paperwork. And I said, I left it on the bar. I froze and she froze because she knew what kind of situation I was dealing with. There was a lot of physical activity, just put it like that, right? I said, I got to get back to the house before he gets home from work because those papers are on the bar. I'm a rookie at this stuff. I don't know. She was like, girl, you left the papers on the bar. Get back to that, that kind of thing. So I get in the car and I'm rushing and I make it home to Katie and they're still in the bar. He hadn't made it home. When I tell you it was not a pleasant time, it was a terrifying time. So you don't know a person until you go through a divorce, especially if you guys are not on the same page and you do it out of the blue. But it shouldn't have been out of the blue because 7 years I've been telling you the same thing. And okay. That 7th year, I just decided this is what I'm doing. I still hadn't told him yet. That's why I had to hurry up and get home. So I get home. Again, that's support. Right there, support. He hadn't made it home. I don't know. He probably supposed to be at home at the time and he got stalled in traffic or whatever the case may be. But that is support saying that we got you. Even though you're a rookie, you don't know what the heck you're doing, girl. We got you. So I'm like, okay, spirit gang, gang. All right, so then, that's taken care of. I got the lawyer in place. And she also met with me saying that she was going to help me with the money to, start my first consultation with him. Support. So I got with the lawyer and I was a single mom at that time now. And what his retainer was, I couldn't afford that. The man allowed me to make payments and as I could. You don't know many lawyers that do that. Support. So when I finally told him, this is how you know you will get support is if you're not being shady and you go straight to that person and you tell them the truth. And this is what I said. I'm divorcing you. I have filed the paperwork. And then the shit show started from there, a year and a half of shit. And that's okay because I was brave and it made me. And you don't really know a person until you go through something like that. The person I was married to was totally different from the person that I divorced. You thought it was bad those 7 years. That year and a half was like 7 times 1,000, So anyway, but I had support all the way because I was making steps to be brave. So after that, what happened? All kind of emotions. I was here, stable. My emotions never changed because I had already decided. Over there, it's anger, negotiate, sad, back to anger. Back and forth. And I'm just sitting here because I'm getting my support, right? It's happening. Things that this is all new to me, but I've seen, miracles happen and things happen in my life before in other areas, but this was new. This is something I had never done before and the bravest thing I've ever did. I'm like, okay, this is going. I've told him and I'm not afraid of you. I don't care what you try to flip over. I don't care if you push me. I don't care what you do this time. This is happening because I got support. And, the negotiations and all that kind of stuff went on my first date. Took me on my first date after 7 years being married. Oh, now you want to take me on a date after I filed. I mean, it was a nice day, but I still filed, right? I had to find a place to stay because some bad stuff was happening with that. I think I wrote about it in the book and trying to leave me stranded in the house and all that kind of stuff. So I applied for a musician job, opened up just like that. I knew the person, they knew me. Then they wanted to also hire me as their school teacher to teach music for the private school. So I had 2 positions at that church. So that was more money coming in and immediately support. I was able to take those check stubs and go get my own apartment, 2-bedroom apartment. And because I had to get out of that house, bad things again were happening, the stalking and just the bad things were happening. And I needed to just get away. As I said in my other video, I was fired because, I'm not going to have sex with you. No, I'm not. Dear leader, no, I will not have sex with you. Okay, dear Dorian, you're fired. Pretty much how that went. So then I lost my job and I got evicted from that apartment after only being there for 2-3 months. I'm looking for support. Like, let me tell you, just because whatever you're choosing to do, It doesn't mean that things won't happen, but just keep your eye out for the support. So yes, that was difficult to get evicted. That was my first eviction in life, other than when I was married. I forgot to tell you that the lady that helped me with the lawyer was also the same lady that helped me get the apartment. You need first month's rent. I didn't have that. I had rent, but not the first month's to go with that. So she said, I'll pay it for you. And when you get your tax return, you can pay me back. Support. And remember, I had just told him now the, cat's out of the bag. Everybody's hearing about it, but I'm not going to no family. I'm not going to anybody. I'm looking for the support to come to me to prove to me that this is what I'm supposed to do. And that's what was happening. Okay. And yes, I didn't even have support, from the church that I was at. They shunned me, said I was under the devil's spell. I was under witchcraft and, God's going to get you, all that kind of stuff. I didn't care. I'm out. I'm out of this. So lies were told, things were said, but I didn't care because a year later, it was all proven to be, oh, all eyes on you now. You're the crazy. Oh, she's not. Oh, you did kind of thing. So here I am needing a place to stay. There was a lady who sung on my last album with me at that time. She said I can come live with her because I couldn't stay with my mom. She already had people living with her. So me and my 2 kids moved into one room in her house. This is all in 1 year, right? So like the first 3 months, the first month I was still in the original house. But because he told the landlord that, yeah, we're going to stay and we're going to work it out, and tricked me and made me sign the lease, and then he left. And so I had to get out of that house, got into the apartment, and support came, and I ended up staying with her. In the house that we were originally in, moved to an apartment for a few months, had to end up staying with her, getting fired from the church. And then support came again. There was another church that needed someone to play, and this one came with the house. And man, support, right? I didn't know this man, but I knew some people that were there. They said, hey, we're looking for a musician. And it came with the house. And then I got a supplemental job working at Kids Are Kids. Remember I talked about that in the other video. It's just like all followed, right? And I did that for a while till my dad got sick and I gave it all up, right? All that happened in 2010. No, all of that was happening in 2009. Then 2010, it was final. And listen, all this time, I was going through the divorce, okay? I'm telling you about the support that I got that proved that I was doing the right thing, but I still had to go through the divorce. That was a mess. And that was something in itself, support. I ended up having panic attacks inside the courtroom sometimes. I couldn't even breathe because I was by myself. Other people coming 40 deep, I'm coming by myself, just me and my spirit gang. And we're making this happen. But I was still being brave. I still was courageous, even though I was scared, couldn't breathe sometimes. And I made it through. And at the end of that, that's where I ended up writing Let's Talk It Out, because I found my voice at the end. I got tired of getting pushed over. And I had support along the way. The lawyer was giving me grace and allowed me to pay this. And by the time it was done, I was paid in full. Didn't owe him a dime. And that's not something that is, normal. Single mom, 2 kids, minority, but I made that happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I had support and I decided to be brave. So support is often your confirmation. As you can see, I was fully supported in my decision, but I had to make a decision. Once you make the decision, the support will come. And if you step out and you don't get support, maybe there's just another way you need to get support and you're trying to do it the same way that you've always done it, like I mentioned in the video. You will always have support when it's time for you to do something you need to do. And you cannot sit here and use God as a crutch. You can't use God as a crutch saying, I prayed about it and I'm waiting. No. No, sometimes he's waiting for you just to decide. And I might do another video on when you pray, if you pray, the answer people will say it's yes or no or wait. No, sometimes the answer is grow up, be mature, decide, choose. And that's your answer. And then everything else will automatically fall into place. Whole other video. I'm telling you, that's deep. I wrote that a long time ago. And so by the time that was over and finalized in 2010, spring of 2010, I was a totally different person. I was transformed. Brave. That was me, Just to be honest, that's where I became who I am. This is where I became Dory Marie for sure. But the boldness and the courageous part of me. This is where I became Dory Marie, the creative part of me. I was able to express myself the way that I wanted to. But Let's Talk It Out, wherever I put that book, that's where I became who I am. Like, I'm brave, I'm courageous. This is who I am. And then this is the way that I express myself creatively, the way that I want to, not the way church, religion, tradition tells me to. So when I went through that divorce, 2009 to 2010, people say, oh my goodness, you went through that. I needed to. I needed to start out in 2009. Because see, I originally filed in 2008, that Christmas Eve. And it wasn't over until 2010 because people were doing stuff, okay? And made the discovery extend for no reason. So anyways, 2010, by that time, and I had my book, Let's Talk It Out, I knew how to use my words. I knew how to use big girl words by the time. That's why the book is called Let's Talk It Out, because I didn't know what to say and who to say it to or how to say it. But by that time, I was ready to talk to anybody that wanted it, right? And I was still Christian-y, so you weren't going to get cussed out or anything like that, but I was going to tell you how I feel. I think I start the book out coming at you, you know what I'm saying? So it's still a good read, still a good thing to buy. So I stayed in that house for a while, stayed at that church for a while till my dad got sick. And I may do a video, his birthday is coming up, and I may do a video in honor of him, of what it was like when he passed away and being in the room with him during his last moments. Girl, better get it together. I may do a video about that and what that experience was like, because I didn't know him when I gave it. The house that I just had got, and the job, the church, all that, I had to give that up in order to take care of him full time. So I may do a video about that. I didn't have to be brave to do that, but I didn't know him. And I got to know him over these last 8 years before he passed and healed that daddy wound. I was fortunate to do that. So I might do a video on that. Anyways, and I also might go live. If I didn't say this at the beginning of the video, I'm going to go live on YouTube. Maybe put in the comments some good times that you guys would like to go live. We're all in different time zones, I know, and you'll have to catch the replay. But I'll go live on YouTube. Go to iamdorian.com. What else is there? I have a private Facebook group. What I had in mind is powerful. Talking about, manifesting and creating things. What else I got going out there? I'm still writing for my next album because I write all my music, okay? I write all my stuff. Follow, subscribe, share, comment, like.